Baxter and Johnny back in the house. It's good to have him back again. He was gone for a long week, but we're here to talk about Koa, and Koa.
Koa.
From Taylor Guitars in particular. Because there's lots of Koa makers out there. I think Taylor makes the best Koa guitars.
I think that's absolutely true. They're sort of, in my brain, they're synonymous with Koa.
Because I love other guitar makers. Some of them are some of my favorite guitar makers in the world, and I think Taylor still does the best job with Koa.
Well, I just don't think about like, oh, a nice Koa Martin or a nice Koa anything. I think if I say Koa, I think about a Taylor.
A Koa Martin's just this weird outlier.
Yes.
There are some beautiful ones.
Well, of course.
The little sort of slope shoulder.
Taylor just sort of dialed it in, you know.
So Taylor's got a whole series of Koas now. And they just had the 700 series refresh, re-release. And so everyone's put out their videos now. I just wanted to kind of run through the whole line. So let's just start at the beginning. Jonathan, what's in your hands right there?
Ta-da!
GS Mini Koa.
Mini Koa action.
I love these guitars. This and the 224 are your introductions, 224 CE Deluxe Koa, are your introductions to the Koa line of the Taylor family. This is one of the #1 sellers for the Taylor family entirely, and the 224. This guitar alone sells more than the entire Guild product line.
Every time we say that,
it just makes me sad. And we like Guilds, but how many of these are sold throughout the year? It's just insane, and they're so good.
There they are.
It's a layered back and side, built in the Mexico Tecate factory. It's a shorter scale, smaller nut width, smaller compact body, and there's been some people complain about it, but it's the greatest, most fun thing to play.
Oh heck yeah! Like travel guitar, couch guitar, maybe your main gigging guitar. This might be the deal.
I play those more than the nicer guitars I have.
Oh yeah,
it's and that's a really nice guitar.
It is a really nice guitar.
I have nicer guitars too.
Yes,
like nicer. I play this one more. It sounds great. It's easy to play. The way they blow the back out a little bit, and here, flip that so
gives you more bass response there.
It's just fantastic design. I feel like this is the benchmark for other makers. They're all copying this, trying to get this sound in a box everywhere from the Sheerans to the Fenders product lines to even the Guilds and then the D'Angelicos, the little minis they released. They're all trying to get that. PRS's guitars.
Well, we've had a lot of those guitars, and some of them are good. Some of them feel fine, but nothing quite does in this size what these do that I've tried yet. Even from some other, makers that I really love their guitars. They just, I don't know. Taylor's got it.
These come in right now right close to $900, $899. They're not cheap anymore. It's an investment.
Yeah,
but I'd say well worth it.
I think so.
The 224, it's still sub 2K,
right?
Which is awesome. I don't like to give so many numbers. We're gonna give numbers anyway because it always changes. It feels like, but that's also layered back and side, solid top, Koa gloss finish, hard case. It's got the ES2 system in it. Beautiful instrument, and one of their top sellers as well.
Agreed.
But now let's jump into what is now the sort of newest release, and you're getting the flagship world here.
Cool.
Let's go into, let's grab this one first. I'm gonna hand you this guy.
Cool.
This is the 724 CE. Ooh.
That is very pretty.
This is their solid Koa, 100% back sides. This piece is sold, unfortunately. One of my friends, Bill, has it. He's kind enough to let us use it again because I thought this was such a pretty piece.
It is.
Love it.
I always love the little stripe.
This little skunk stripe, sap stripe, whatever you want to call it. The 722, the Grand Concert Size, Grand Auditorium. Beautiful binding, purfling set here. They've pared down some of the work on it to keep the cost in that $3,500 range. ES2 system. These guitars come with the thinnest finish of any Taylor guitar that there is right now. It's a sort of a satiny, but it's not the same as the silent satin.
It's not.
It's I like it though. It sounds really good.
I mean, I always think when I see acoustic guitars with not much finish, I don't know, maybe psychological, I always feel like they sound better and they resonate better.
I think that is psychological.
Probably is.
Usually. But no, this has a really thin coat for real though.
Yeah.
Because satin to gloss, sometimes there's not much of a real thickness difference.
Right.
But with this one, they really did go thin, which was part of what they were trying to accomplish there and getting these pieces of Koa out into the marketplace. Now, again, these just came out. They're going to be harder to find at first, but beautiful, beautiful instruments. Let's jump into the next ship here in a minute. Johnson's never going to let go of that guitar. One of my favorite things.
Ooh.
The GT series, the Grand Theater.
That's a cool guitar.
Now you might say, Baxter, this guitar looks smaller. It is. It's a bit short.
There's a reason.
It is short. So this is the flagship, kind of getting right in there with the K series. We've reached a price point of $5,299. I'm gonna call it $5,300 just to call it
Budget
space.
line. Just
No, it is beautiful. You got your flame maple binding. You've got like all the high-end solid pieces. It's a gorgeous piece of Koa. You got the bursted neck, which I love. You got the Goto tuners.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful instrument.
It really is.
ES2 again. I don't know if I said that. You are spending $5,300 on this guitar. It's not inexpensive.
I think the GTs are so much fun to play though, and that one is ridiculously good looking.
I don't want to talk about this guitar and my wife right now because I'm still sort of hurting over that at the moment. But we'll figure that out. That's just gonna be a temporary hold, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, she won't know. I'll just sell it out from under her. She won't know. It's just how things
I'm pretty
work.
sure
Not
that's
this
how
one.
you got into this situation.
No, that was years ago when I sold a GS Mini Koa.
She's never forgetting you. It's still a sore spot.
I know, but this is slightly bigger than the GS Mini, slightly smaller than the Grand Concert. So it fits in this wonderful, comfortable size that I love. Smaller frame people like my wife thoroughly like it because she doesn't like anything bigger than really a GS Mini before, but this is slightly bigger and it actually plays a bit better.
Well, I think it goes the other way too because, like, for me, sometimes I do feel like a GS Mini is small.
Yes.
But that kind of sits in that perfect world if I want a small guitar.
Let's say you just want to spend the whole kit and caboodle here.
Kitchen sink.
I love that. The kitchen sink. This is the K24 CE Builders Edition. This has every bell and whistle you can pretty much get. Andy Powers pulled out all the kitchen sinks and just threw it in this guitar.
Bam.
Bam, power, bam, like abalone, bam, bam. What's that chef's name? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Bam,
Yeah,
ebony armrest, bam, everything. I mean, they even put stuff in your pins. The Goto tuners, of course.
Pretty sweet.
Gorgeous pieces of wood. The Koa flames beautifully. They put it on the back too. They've channel bound everything here. A gorgeous instrument. These are loud Koa guitars too.
They are. Which is not always the case with Koa, but
Now you're fast approaching closer to that $6,000 price range here. We're not quite there. We're a little bit below it, but by the time you see this video in the year 2023, that's probably where we're at. We're probably going to be, I bet it will be $59.99 before you know it, before you blink. It's not at the moment, but it's a little bit less. God, this is a pretty piece of wood though. Sorry, I'm just even looking at the sides. Now this has all the chamfered edges too, so everything's soft on it. There's no hard edges. It's an amazing piece of art and a piece of playable guitar.
it's true.
So you can spend anywhere from $900 up to almost $6,000 on the entire Koa line
It's up to you.
from Taylor
Your
Guitars.
choice.
Or if you're a ding dong like I am, you buy a Koa right now, one of the sort of higher end pieces if you can afford it, and then you get one of their GS Mini Koas during the Taylor Days of Summer.
Ooh.
It's a sale that's going. It's the first time it's happened. Second time ever. First time since the whole bug.
Or maybe you just collect the whole Koa series like Joe Bonamassa did with his center volume Fender amps that he just put out. Just saying, you could be like Joe and own all the Koas.
At first I thought that was a really stupid thing, and I was like, man, that's actually not that unobtainable.
How cool would it be to have like a little room
Of
and
like
just
the
them
Koa
all-
Taylors.
I mean, it would be.
Or if that's your
badass.
thing, if you are just a Koa Taylor, will you send us pics or something of your setup? I think that'd be really neat, actually.
I think it'd be awesome.
If you're gonna choose to go one, because you can't be like, I'm gonna get all the spruce and rosewood ones.
No. But
It's
you
endless.
could, and I am half joking, but you could, on a serious note, if you love Taylors and you love Koa, that could be really cool. I mean, obviously you could do it over a long period of time, but
Now these all have different voices, obviously. They all have different budgets.
yes.
But man, oh man, what a fun journey this is. Exploring the world of Taylor's Koa. Thanks to the Taylor team for letting us play with all their fun toys and sell them.
Yes.
We enjoy doing that as well. They're fun to play with and to sell. But they do a really, with Taylor and their Koa, they're very environmental with it. For every tree they cut down, they replace it with 4.
I think I love Taylor as a company. They're good stewards of the things that they produce, I feel like. And that I don't know. I find that really sort of noble and just awesome.
Don't get me wrong, they're making some serious money along
Well,
the
yeah,
way.
of course they are.
No, I agree though.
But you can do both. There's no reason that you can't do both. There's plenty of people making serious money who could give to what's.
Not
And I
every
don't feel
guitar
like that's Taylor.
manufacturer
Yeah.
cares in the same way this guitar company does. They just appointed Andy Powers as the CEO. He's also a hippy dippy hipster, is what I'm going to call him right now. That cares about this stuff. He dresses cool. He wears vests a lot, so that makes you like
And
cooler.
cool hats.
And he does wear cool hats. Oh, I forgot about
I'm a
that.
sucker for the cool
His
hat.
boots are really cool too.
I mean, just the whole package. It's the whole package.
I'm not even fanboying him because I don't care that much. But
It's
he dresses
irritating that
cool.
he's such a good player too, to be honest.
And if he wasn't such a good player, I would like him more.
Probably.
I would be like, oh, that guy's cool, but I have this on. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, he's got me, son of a gun. But
Yeah, sure.
no, but he has that same ethos that Bob has. That's why Bob and Kurt, I think, chose him.
Oh yeah.
Besides his
For
talent,
sure.
they know he's the hippy dippy hipster. It's hard to say hippy dippy hipster. Say that.
Hippy dippy hipster.
Say it fast.
I can't do it.
I can't hippy dippy hipster.
follow.
I can't do it.
Hippy dippy. Yeah, no.
No, they chose him for a reason.
Sure.
Like his spirituality and all that stuff, and it's gonna keep going. I hope with the Koa world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we get to peek behind the curtain. It would be easy for those to be talking points for Taylor, but you can tell that they really believe it, they really mean it, and they make decisions based on that. So.
And if you I disagree with them on some of their things before,
Sure.
and they're sort of shocked when you do. And I've come around on some of it. Like I was not sure about this Urban Ash at first.
I knew that's what you're talking about.
I wasn't.
It was a great NAMM meeting.
Oh man, like when they heard what I said when they first
They're
pitched
like,
that
"Oh."
to me, like all of them, like I think like, everybody turned around. Like, you can't say that at the altar of Taylor, because I was with all the heads of Taylor, and I was like, "You mean blank?" And they're like, "Oh," but I took the time to play them, and I was converted after that.
They're actually really good.
Because I won't let a company lead for guitars with just an environmental reason or a cost saving reason.
But they still have to be good guitars.
It has to be a guitar.
Right.
It has to sound good. It has to
Good
inspire
guitar.
me.
Yeah.
And the 324C Builder's Edition did that at first. I was like, nope. And like the Urban Ash GTs is like, I don't know. And I played them. I was like, oh, they're really good.
They're great guitars. Yeah.
It's tricky. So if you could have any of these Koas, which one are you going to get?
Maybe that 724 is pretty sweet.
You haven't spent any time with those, really.
I haven't.
They're-
I'm going off total first glance.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. It'd be hard for me to not say GS Mini Koa. That's my bread and butter. I always grab that. I might go with the GT.
GT's awesome.
That's kind of my jam. I'm a GT guy.
Yeah.
So I love this, but I'm almost scared to play it. It's so pretty.
I know. It's true.
It's, I mean, the GT is too, but it's got a little thicker finish. I don't have to worry about scratching as much. If my kids spit on it, I can wipe it off.
You could always just relic it from the get-go.
God, Relic Taylor, that's awesome. Yeah. Thank you, son. We're leaving. Taylor, Koa family, hope you enjoyed it. And we'll talk to you on the flip side.
Sure.
Is that what we do?
Yeah, why not?
I'll see you on the skateboard.
Hit the old like, subscribe, click the bell. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you next time.
Bye.